Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to my Ozempic reboot, where every Friday I give you an update on my progress, the side effects that I'm having, side effects that you can have. I usually show you how to use Ozempic, but my previous video was deleted, so I already gave myself the shot, so I won't be able to show you that today. But I do have some things I want to talk to you about. So I could guess you can tell by the title that I did gain weight this week, and I'm going to explain to you why and how it is possible when you're taking these drugs in order to gain some weight. And it happens. So let's get started. In order to use Ozempic, you have to refrigerate it. You take it out 15 to 20 minutes prior to using it. You're going to pick either your upper arm, where you have, I did it on this side today, where you have some fat, your stomach, where it's fatty part of your stomach, or your thigh. And the needle is literally this big. It just goes in a little bit under your skin. And it's a S1 inhibitor, which means it slows down the motility of your stomach so things don't move as quickly. And that's why you stay fuller longer. And if you are a type 2 diabetic, such as myself and a lot of other people, it can also, well, it's supposed to be for type 2 diabetics to lower your A1C as far as Ozempic and what's the other one? Ozempic and monjaro go. Wegovy is not for type 2 diabetics. It's just mainly a weight loss medication that they're saying now has some heart health effects. But I think if you lose weight, you're going to have heart health improvement. You're going to have improvement in your blood pressure. You're going to have improvement in so many areas that you have to remember that. And that's with all these drugs. Now, they all have the same types of side effects, which are, there's a lot of mental fogginess. You can have worsening anxiety and depression. I suffer from both of those, and mine has never, ever gotten bad, except for when I had COVID, and that has nothing to do with the Ozempic, but it does take a while to get back to your baseline. It also can, like I said, make your anxiety and depression worse. You can have bad thoughts. I've never experienced that. You can also have pancreatitis, which I used to get all the time, but since I've been on Ozempic, and this is my 24th week, I have not experienced that. You can also get gallbladder attacks. You can have gastroparesis, which is very painful, by the way, and so is the pancreatitis. I don't have a gallbladder, so I don't know how painful that would be. And you can also have extreme fatigue. You can have extreme poop, extreme diarrhea, extreme constipation, all those things you can have with these medications. The difference between how I'm managing it and how you manage it is very different. I know what I can withstand, and for me, those symptoms have not been bad. As a matter of fact, I don't mind the extreme poop. I feel like I'm getting all cleaned out, and that makes me feel better. It makes my gut feel better. It makes me feel better. So that's never been a deterrent for me. The extreme constipation I don't like, because you feel very bloated and it's just an uncomfortable feeling, and you will gain weight when you are constipated. Now, this week, my side effects were bad dreams, which is also one of them. Very vivid dreams you can have with this. And that is not a deterrent for me either, because when you wake up, you just shake it off and you're okay. But if you are experiencing side effects and they are bothersome, please talk to your doctor about that, because they might just need to lower your dosage a little bit, or you might need to be on the 0.25, which is the starter dose, for a longer period of time. Now, I already gave myself the shot, which, like I said, I lost all my filming because of like 7 phone calls in a row. And so I can't show you how to do it, but you do have to refrigerate it. You take it out of the refrigerator, you find a spot, like I told you, and you're going to 15 to 20 minutes after you take it out, you put the dial to your dosage. You're going to clean off the area with an alcohol swab. You put it in your place that you're going to be giving yourself the shot, and you click the button and you will hear it clicking. When it stops, that means you're done with the injection. Take your finger off the button and let it stay in another 6 to 10 seconds just to make sure you get it all in there, and because that's what you really want to do. You want to make sure you get the full dose, and then you take it out. You save the caps that are on the needle, and you very carefully put them back on because you don't want to get poked by a needle, even if it's going into you, and you dispose of it in the way that the doctor has told you to. It's different for everybody. I have a little red container and I put all my sharps in there, and they come in. I just drop it off at the pharmacy afterwards, after it's filled up. So that's how I dispose of my needles. But your doctor might just say, be careful throwing it out. Put it in some coffee grinds, whatever it might be. I'm not too sure how they do that. So when you're done with your injection, if this is your first time taking it, do not sit around and worry about it and be like, oh my God, what am I feeling? Do I feel something? Is something happening? Don't think about it, because when you think about it, then chances of something happening or you psyching yourself out is going to happen. So what you want to do is give yourself the shot and just go about your business. Now, the thing with these medications, wegovy, monjaro, semaglutide, all S1 inhibitors, you still have to watch what you're eating. Now, in the beginning, I did not do that, and I was losing a little weight here and there. So far, I had lost last week up to 60 pounds, but I've put on a few pounds. But if you're not watching what you're eating, and if you're eating, let's say, 60 calories of Big Macs is different than eating 60 calories of a salad. So you want to make the healthier choice. And if you're not ready to do that, then you'll still lose weight on these medications, but it's not going to be a significant amount of weight. So I have my little book here, and last week, there's my Ozempic book. Isn't she pretty? She's nice and sparkly, and I keep all my weeks in here and my side effects and any notes that I have. So this is what I usually write, and this is last week. I was 194. I was so happy about that, because I was in the 190s. I was under 195. I was thrilled to pieces. This week I had went up to 211 pounds. So I had gained, how much did I gain? 211. So it was 13 pounds I gained. From 194 to 211 was 13 pounds I gained. And I know why. It was because I was constipated, but it's also because I was eating the wrong things. So what I was doing was, I had gotten a taste of an ice cream. Now, it's a creamsicle, and they're not overly fattening, but forgetting that I'm a type 2 diabetic and everything is going to turn to sugar and it has sugar in it, I figured I could have 500-calorie ice creams in place of a meal, and that's not healthy. That's not the healthy way to do it. My A1C jumped up from all the sugar that I was consuming. So that's what I mean. You have to watch what it is that you're eating. You have to watch what it is that you're doing if you want to lose weight, if you want your A1C to go down. There's a difference between eating, like I always say, a Big Mac and a salad. A salad can have the same amount of calories, but it's healthier for you and it's going to digest differently and not put the fat on you than, let's say, a Big Mac would. So I had to learn the hard way. And right now, as of today, I went back down to 198 pounds. I was extremely constipated. I had to use 2 enemas this week. And I know it was all the crap. I was full of it. I was full of crap this week. And the water weight from the bloating and all that other stuff. So I have no doubt that I'll be back down to 194 by next Friday, because I'm really going to watch what I'm eating, which I tell you guys every week. And I think I need to keep a food journal so that I'm accountable to myself as to what I can have and what I can't have. And I took some notes. So on Monday, I had weighed myself and I was 211. I almost collapsed and horrible. But I was very, very constipated. I was bloated. I told you I took the 2 enemas. I went down to 198 for a 13-pound loss. But I'm still up 4 pounds from where I was at week 23. So I know I'm always telling you guys that you have to watch what you're eating. Well, I didn't listen to myself. And the creamsicle, excuse me, the creamsicle was delicious, and one was not enough for me. Sorry. One was not enough. So I had too many of those thinking, oh, it's only 100 calories. But I'd rather get my calories from cucumbers and tomatoes and lettuce rather than a creamsicle. So that's something that I need to work on, because I haven't had a craving for ice cream in the longest time. But once you get a taste of something, instead of doing it in moderation, I went to town with them and I was like, well, I'll just have a box of creamsicles for dinner, and that's what I was doing. So I know where I screwed up, and I want you to know that that's how you can still gain weight on these drugs or not lose the amount of weight that you need to lose. So you still have to be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth, what you're putting in your body, how it affects you. And you have to, if you can, because in the beginning I couldn't exercise at all, but this week I've gone walking, and I hear walking can add muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, so you can gain weight by starting an exercise routine. And you just have to look at that also. And if you're starting to put on muscle, that's really good. You should notice a difference in your measurements then, because you're not always going to lose weight from week to week, and you're not going to always have a 5-pound loss, a 4-pound loss. Some weeks you're going to stay the same, and you could plateau for quite a bit of time, and that's okay as long as your measurements are going down and you feel better, your clothes are fitting better, you're buying new clothes, whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to make that very clear. Let me see. I also had some Frosties because they have creamsicle Frosties. I went crazy with the creamsicles from Wendy's, and I was getting mediums, and they just were delicious, but they did me in. So like I said, I know what I did wrong this month. I'm sorry I couldn't show you how to do the injection again, but hopefully next week my camera won't die on me. And I'm going to get right back on track. I did that this morning. I just had a piece of chicken for lunch in a wrap with some lettuce and tomato. And instead of putting on mayonnaise, I put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. And then I will have an English cucumber with some tomatoes and some balsamic vinegar for lunch or a snack later, and then we'll see what I want to eat later on tonight. So just be mindful of what you're doing, what you're putting in your body. If you don't care and you're just taking the injection and you don't care about losing a lot of weight, then do you, boo, okay? But I'm really working on losing a lot of weight. I want to get back to that 60-pound mark, which I will be at next week, I promise you. If not a little bit more than that, because I only have 4 more pounds to lose to get back to where I was last week. And it's frustrating that I have to do that, but I learned a really valuable lesson this week. So I just wanted to pass on what I've learned to you so that it can help you, and you realize, you know what, that sounds really good. I could eat 100-calorie pack of light bites, the little mini muffins, or I could have 100 calories of vegetables, and which is better for you. There's no comparison, especially if you're a diabetic. There's no comparison. So make smart choices. Always try and make the smarter choice. You're going to have times you're not going to be able to, but I went from eating like a whole box of something to being able to eat in moderation. And this week I just forgot all about that, and I was like, I'm still going to lose weight. I'm on Ozempic. You can't gain weight on Ozempic. You can. You really and truly can. So just know that your success is up to you, and I wish you all the success in the world. And remember that you have a choice as to where you want to go in this journey and how far you want to go. And I want to go another 60 pounds. So I'm going to be sticking to this. I've started walking. I started raising my water intake again because I was really good at that in the beginning, and it's fallen off. And I've been drinking lemonades like this big, which are full of sugar. So because of all this, I had a weight gain. And I think it's important that I come on and tell you about that, because I don't want you to think that everything is so easy and you just take a shot and not think about it and you're going to do 60 pounds. You really have to change your eating habits, and these drugs make it easier to do that. So I wish you all the luck in the world, and I want you to be happy, be healthy, be blessed, and most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. You guys rock. I love you. Bye.